Okay, so players will be able to choose any one of the characters on the game board to represent them. This adds a new aesthetic of expression. Depending on what character they choose, it allows them to alter their play style, and it makes it feel more of like a personal game for the player. They can choose Lord Licorice, who, if you draw a green single or double card, they can choose a player, and that player loses the next turn. You cannot choose the same player in consecutive turns. They can choose Mr. Mint. If you draw a red single or double card, they can move an additional 3 spaces. They can choose Grandma Nut. If you draw an orange single or double card, choose a player, they move back 3 spaces. They can choose Lolly. If you draw a purple single or double card, swap places with the player ahead of you. They can choose Princess Frostine. If you draw a blue single or double card, move forward to the nearest player instead. And they can choose King Candy. If you draw a yellow single or double card, take an additional turn. You pretty much start off the game exactly the same way, except you remove the pictured cards. And then you take one of your little guys, and the player will choose who they want to be. Only one character per player. So the blue one will represent Grandma Nut, the yellow one will represent Mr. Mint, the green one will represent Lord Licorice, and the red one will represent King Candy. So exactly the same way, players just draw cards. So blue's going to go first, which is Grandma Nut. She drew a red, so they just move to red. Second person will go, which is the yellow. I think that was Mr. Mint. They also drew a red. Now, since Mr. Mint drew a red, his ability activates, and he's going to move an additional 3 spaces on top of it. So he's going to move to this red, and then he's going to move 1, 2, 3. Green's going to go. Green was Lord Licorice. Since he drew green, since he drew orange, his ability doesn't activate, but he does move to the nearest orange. Red, the last one, King Candy, drew blue. His ability doesn't activate, so he just moves the blue, but since he hit the shortcut, he goes across. So back to green, he drew blue. That's Mr. Mint. Doesn't do, let's see, draws blue, now he just moves the blue. Same process, yellow drew green. So yellow was Grandma Nut. She drew green, doesn't mean anything, so she's gonna go to the next nearest green. Blue guy's gonna go, he drew green, blue was Lord Licorice, so since he drew green, that means his ability activates and he can choose any one of the characters to not take their next turn. So we'll say that King Candy can't take his turn this turn. So King Candy skips, goes back to green, drew double yellow. His ability doesn't activate, so he just moves to the next yellow. Yellow's gonna go, it's Grandma Nut. She drew yellow, double yellow, so she's gonna go to the next one. Blue, which is Lord Licorice, she drew green, which means his ability activates. He can choose someone else besides King Candy, so he's gonna choose Mr. Mint. Since I'll have to skip his turn. King Candy goes, draws green, moves to the nearest one, and so you kind of get the picture. Just play the same exact way, but based on the colors that the players draw. If it corresponds with their abilities, then their abilities activate, and it limits or it exemplifies whatever the player movement is. So players just keep going until they reach the end of the course, and then the game starts all over again, and that's it.